This week we have to talk about Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, okay? This game is getting an open beta in 10 days, so we can actually try it out for free and build an informed opinion on why we like or dislike the game. And there is currently a debate online saying that Fatal Fury City of the Wolves is actually a ripoff of Street Fighter 6. And in this video, I'm going to explore the mechanics of the game and many other aspects of it to show you that this game is not a copy of SF6 and is going to feel incredibly different to that game, even though they could look similar in the surface. Now, if you enjoy content about games like Tekken, Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves, SF6 and many other fighting games, please consider giving this video a like and subscribing and leave a comment. Do you think that SNK is going to succeed with this game or not really? Stay until the end because we're going to explore all the mechanics in the game to show why this game is not SF6. Now, as we all know, what defines Street Fighter 6 is the drive gauge system. It is what makes the game unique, it is what makes the game play the way it plays, and there's nothing else that is stronger than the drive gauge system. It is basically one of the most strong fighting game system mechanics over the last 20 years. And that has been criticized but also praised by many fighting game players. And Fatal Fury City of the Wolves has a system that is similar, but it doesn't work the same way at all. And we have to look at the devil in the details, because at the end of the day, that is what makes fighting games different, because a lot of them are actually pretty similar on the surface. And for this game, the system that it has, the rep system, is incredibly different from the drive gauge system. The first thing to debate, of course, is that the drive gauge system on SF6, it's kind of like more connected to the idea of resource management, because the burnout state on the game is incredibly bad. It is one of the most, weak versions of fighting game characters ever. You basically can't do anything, you're incredibly minus all the time, and that is why the drive gauge bar or system, it's mainly a resource management thing. It's not really anything else. But in Fatal Fury with the rep system, it works very differently, because the burnout state of Fatal Fury City of the Wolves is not nearly as bad as the one on SF6, and it seems like the rep system on this Fatal Fury game is more connected to the idea of momentum. It rewards being aggressive because you can cancel special moves into other ones and extend combos. You can even extend DP interactions. For example, let's say you're playing Rock and you do an EXDP on the corner to not eat the offense of the other guy. You can do a combo after that EXDP. So the game very clearly rewards very high levels of aggression and nuance. While in comparison, in SF6, the drive gauge system, even though it also rewards some aggression and nuance, it also rewards defense. And it rewards, in many ways, play on a reactionary way, because that is the way in which you can use your drive gauge bar in the most efficient way, reacting to the usage of the other guy's bar. Now, these differences in philosophical terms, in relationship to gameplay design and core system mechanics are already enough to make the games very different from each other. Fatal Fury with the rep system, it's probably going to have a much higher neutral pace, because it's the fusion of a system in which burning out is not that relevant, with also SNK characters, SNK gameplay mechanics, which tend to be very high pace. So you're gonna have a much crazier game playing Fatal Fury City of the Wolves than playing Street Fighter 6. And the other thing is that, as I said before, on Fatal Fury with the red bar, you're probably going to be able to burn out and not suffer that much, which means that maybe a lot of the times people are going to go for max damage combos, and maybe rounds are going to be very chaotic, just because people are going to prioritize doing a lot of damage and maybe then playing some defense until they get their bar back and try to go for that second and third combo that can end the round. So in that sense, the gameplay is already really different, because you change, the resource management, slow potential gameplay of SF6 with the drive system for a much higher pace, offensively oriented gameplay in Fatal Fury, even though you also have very good defensive mechanics. The other thing is that there is a lot of mechanics for Fatal Fury City of the Wolves that are not present or don't have a similarity in SF6. For example, the SPG system, there is nothing like it on SF6. The SPG system is basically a thing in which, in a specific section of your health bar, if you are there, you have access to an enhanced version of your character, and enhanced special moves. I think you also have another supers and stuff like that. You know what is similar to that? The heat system on Tekken 8. So there's nothing like that on SF6. and it is a pretty good signal of a game oriented towards offense and not resource management like SF6. Fatal Fury also has, as we said before, cancellation of EX moves into another EX moves. There is nothing like that on SF6. Some characters have similar things to that, like Terry and Mai, but not really. So that again makes combo routes more fun probably, and it's also gonna make the game higher pace and higher damage probably when it comes to BNBs. Then we can also move to defensive mechanics. Fatal Fury has a lot of defensive mechanics that are not present on SF6 at all. SF6 has the parry system, right, and it has drive impact, and you can count drive impact as a defensive and offensive mechanic. But on Fatal Fury 1, we don't have a parry. What that means is that we actually have to deal with cross-ups. On SF6, you can completely ignore cross-ups. If you think that you're gonna get crossed up, you just parry, and that's it. In this game, you cannot do that, which makes mix-ups better. It makes the game more mix-up heavy, because you actually have to deal with guessing the cross-up, which is a strong option. Then, in terms of pure defensive mechanics, you know, the game has just defense, hyper defense, it also has the guard cancels, and there is breaking and feints. And breaking and feints are very, very relevant because they are not present on SF6 at all. And they can create really big mind games because you can do special moves and basically cancel them before they go out. So that is a huge mind game on a fighting game. You can do, for example, a DP and fake it, and the other guy is maybe gonna throw a huge button out trying to, at the end of the day, punish your DP because you're minus, and maybe you're not minus and it's your turn because he's very minus after he threw a huge button to punish you. And this type of mind games don't exist on SF6 at all. And that also allows you, because of breaking, to cancel the animation of certain special moves to have also longer combos, you know, so you can create very swaggy combos thanks to breaking, and you can create mind games thanks to feints. And as I said before, this is not present on SF6 at all. So there is a very, very clear difference between the two games. It is very obvious that Fatal Fury is going to be a much higher paced game than SF6, and it is also very obvious that the system mechanics on Fatal Fury are not going to be as homogeneous as they are on SF6. Because of how strong the drive gauge system is on SF6, it feels in many ways like the SF6 roster plays the same game plan. Every single character, you know, everyone does drive rush into a button, everyone does fireball war, drive impact into the guy that is trying to spam fireballs, or big buttons that are not special cancelable, and stuff like that. So it is very obvious that Fatal Fury is going to be the other way around. You know, every character is going to be very unique and special because of the SPG system. You know, every single character is going to be unique through his SPG. There is also probably going to be a very different usage of system mechanics with each character. Some characters are going to use, you know, the EX into EX moves a lot better for neutral end combos. Other ones maybe are going to not use it that much and use the rep system to maybe control neutral and not do very long combos. Maybe some characters are going to use the defensive mechanics very well because they have very fast buttons to punish you after they use just defense or hyper defense. So as you can see, I hope that with this video I've been able to explain that these games are not going to be similar at all. They're going to play very differently, and even though they could look similar in the surface, they are not. They're going to feel incredibly different from each other. So please try this game out. You know, when the beta comes out, give it a try. Play the game and see for yourself that the game is actually very different from what SF6 is offering right now. Especially, you know, if you're actually not happy with SF6 or the other fighting games that are currently going on. So if you enjoyed the video, give it a like, subscribe, again leave a comment. What do you think of this game? Is it going to do good or not? And see you on the next one, guys.